I Chap was an idea we had where we realised that we were more than a magazine. We were a kind of pamphlet for a way of life, and a way of life that we hadn't invented. Other people were already living this way of life, and they were merely reading the magazine because it reflected their interests. We did a few events and met some of these people who were self-declared chaps. And then we thought, I mean, this sounds a bit mean. We met some of them and they weren't so impressive. Most of them were like, goodness me, look at this chap in his tweed suit and his, fur coat, whatever. People were very well dressed and we were very impressed by them. But then occasionally, as we did bigger events, that people would turn up with quite badly put together outfits, maybe stick-on moustaches. But the worst crime for us was always a fake pipe, like a plastic pipe from a fancy dress shop. We realised that it was a very competitive market, whether you were a chap or not, and that people were perfectly willing to submit themselves to a sort of sartorial assessment from us. So that's when we decided to say, am I chap? And then people would send their pictures in, we would comment on them, and strangely enough, the more critical our assessments were, the more people sent their pictures in. So it became this sort of flood where we couldn't use them all. Of course, there would always still be the people who were actually very well dressed, and we would always make a point of celebrating those. But it was kind of funnier for the readers to see us tear apart someone who was dressed absolutely appallingly, because the readers who did dress well would agree with us. So we were just helping them. We were actually helping them to dress better. And in fact, there was one chap who, when he first sent his picture in, we were not very kind, and I feel bad about that. We were quite ungenerous about his outfit, but he just kept at it. And then in the end, he sent his picture and we'd forgotten all about him, and he actually ended up being star chap. So we had helped him to sort of improve his dress through the magazine and through our comments. So there's a great success story.